Hey folks, my name is Tobel. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. I'm so thrilled to be able to get back into our giant lumbering beasts of death, destruction, and happiness, and have some rock'em sock'em robot action. We are into the game and past the tutorial. I went ahead and skipped and decided I'm just a couple missions in to the point where we're able to hire our own mercenaries and kind of pick up independent contracts where I kind of feel like the start of a career mode would be, say, and you're skipping out the basics, like, hey, this is how you turn your mech left and right. We have at our disposal a Centurion that is getting repaired at the moment, which is kind of an all-arounder. It has an AC cannon, it has a long-range missile, and it has a medium laser or two. And then we also have, oh, I've already forgotten the name. Was it the Jenner or the Javelin? This is the Javelin, I do believe. So Javelin is kind of our lighter mech, and we also picked up a Jenner from the storyline, which is right over here behind me, also getting repaired. So we're only a couple missions in, no big deal. We picked up one person that was part of a story. I think he's a lieutenant. Lieutenant something or other is definitely his name. Let's take a look at the barracks here. We have pilot roster, Lieutenant Leon Mason, not Freemason. Commander Mason is my character's name, your character when you start the game. You are the child of well-respected mech warriors, and really the story so far is that you were serving along with your father in his mech warrior company. They were ambushed and their home base was destroyed. So you basically escaped with the help of Major Campbell here. And so you're trying to basically make a name for yourself. You're starting fresh. You get to rename your company. By the way, our mercenary company is known as the Cobalt Company because that is a fancy name that I pretty much use in like all my Battletech runs. So no one really knows about us. We're unfamiliar. We have pretty neutral stats across the board. We've made a little bit of money so far. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We are escaping in our little Leopard. Leopard here is the Jaguar or Leopard? I think it's the Leopard. The Leopard is this ship that we're in. And it's what you have all your mechs and whatnot stored in. I think we can store a lot of mechs in here, which is weird. It says you can store 12, and then you have a bunch of mechs in cold storage. But like, this looks like it's pretty small. Like, this is the extent of the ship. It is kind of like a little freighter, and your mechs can either go out the door behind you or straight down. But I have no idea. Maybe it's got, micro technology. It can kind of make your mech much smaller. So, without further ado, we're going to go into the console and look for what kind of missions and contracts will be available. Right now, oh, hey, I've got co-op unlocked. Apparently your friends can join you in your campaign save to help you out, so they can basically pilot one of your available mechs, which is actually really cool. We also have, if I look at the star map here, we're in Haynesville, and I went over here because it's part of the industrial hub, which means pilots are available for hire. Also, if we go to the market, there are some items for the equipment here for sale. And then also there is, we could actually try to sell our stuff if we wanted to, I think, right? Yep, 1.2 million. So we could earn a bit of change if we try to sell our own stuff. Wouldn't mind having a fire starter, but we don't quite have that much money. The cool, interesting thing is that when you're trying to buy mechs from the market, it looks like you get them in, they're kind of broken down. So this fire starter has a destroyed leg, for example. It's missing one of its flamers and a medium laser, so you'd have to replace those parts. We have in our inventory a couple of AC cannons. AC is basically just a ballistic weapon. It's just the number there represents the size of it. So like an AC-10 is a lot bigger. An AC-20 would be this big honkin' cannon that can do an absolute ton of damage. So the AC cannons are nothing to be shy about. LRM-20, which means it's going to have a ton of 20 rockets or 20 shots at a time. So pretty good on our long-range mechs and stuff like that. Right now our stuff is relatively basic. We have 4 lasers on the Javelin. We have, like I said before, 2 lasers, AC-10 and LRM-10 on the Centurion, and our Jenner has 4 lasers and an SRM. So pretty basic stuff. It is early on in the game, so nothing, we're not exactly rolling in dough. But I will move us over to DeBerry, because there are some contracts that we can pick up, and I'd like to make a little money. And my goal overall is to try to have 2 missions per episode, if that's okay with you all. So 2 missions per episode, get a good bit of content in there, and I might skip some missions if they're really, really basic. But I found that the lethality of the game is kind of challenging, so there is a good possibility that you could lose pilots. You can have your mech get destroyed completely if you, do the wrong thing, if you miss too many shots. So it is pretty dangerous out there. So let's pop over into the system contracts. And I think what I'll do, I like Warzone fights. I like anything that's like a battle. Let's go destroy some enemies. So we're going to take the immediate aid mission. And the negotiation points here, well, you can use this to try to negotiate for better certain things. So more money, for example. We could use 2 points here, or 1 point to get more money. We use 2 points to get more salvage shares. And to give you an idea, one piece of item, like one item, say an AC-10, might be 2 salvage shares. So increasing the amount we have overall, there's a chance we might be able to have enough salvage shares to get an entire mech, light mech, if it's destroyed. And then damage coverage, they'll pay you up to a certain amount of damages. So they'll pay us for 172,000 of our damage costs, I believe. And yeah, there we go. We're going to accept this mission. And I'm going to change a couple things. We want to queue up our Jenner, queue up our Javelin, and select our pilots. Now, the pilots are interesting. I don't see a way to level them up yourself. What it seems to be is the more they use the mech and use a certain type of weapon, they will grow in that skill. And so Lieutenant Freeman here, if you notice, has a maximum of 43 skill points, while Wing has only 18. So Freeman's going to be a baller down the road. How much do we have, actually? 60. So we're like, yeah, we could be uber epic amazing down the road, which we will be, of course, when we have our own Atlas at our disposal. So I'm going to load in the game, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what is going on, what kind of mechanics are in the game. So far, I've had a lot of fun, though. It runs really smooth. So far, the game has really reminded me of being a kid again. I mean, I played Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries somewhere in the mid-90s, and that really got me pretty heavily into gaming as a whole. So it was quite fun. I like this little shield. I wish I could punch people, but apparently I can't. So here we go. Let's turn around. I do have my lovely lance mates, so I can command them with the F keys. So like F1, go over there, F1, form on me. I don't really control much. Your allies tend to do pretty well. They tend to use their weapons appropriately and go kill enemies as needed. Our weapons are down there in the bottom right-hand corner. Left click is our AC cannon, group 1. Right click is our medium laser, which you can change. And we already are getting some enemies on radar, so I'm going to start using my LRMs to fire up over the hill. Holy crap, did we just... Oh, they just shot down the helicopter. I thought I one-shot that enemy mech, but apparently not. There we go. There is an enemy peeking out from right next to the building. So the upper right-hand corner talks about their damage and how much damage they've taken. So when something is highlighted in a color, that's the armor value. So if you look at my mech on the bottom left, the outline is the armor, and then the inner color is the actual structure of the part. So once the armor's gone, your enemies will start to damage your mech itself. And that's when, if you take too much damage, you can lose that part, right? So very, very dangerous. Right behind us, we've got some enemies. Go ahead and try to snipe these guys with my LRM, or sorry, my AC cannon. AC cannons do a ton of damage. The AC-20, well, AC-10 even, is an absolute beast, and it can definitely take out... It can't one-shot a mech as far as I've seen, like even a small mech, but the AC-20 could definitely one-shot, at least in something like Battletech, it could one-shot an enemy pretty hardcore. Hey, we even managed to save a friend here, who is in all sorts of bad shape. They're not having a good day at all. The little radar symbol, the bigger icon, is an enemy mech, while the other ones are vehicles. So right there, you can see on my radar is detecting a commando. So I'm going to launch some missiles up and over the wall. Can I just make my own wall? Yeah, let's just destroy the wall and go out this way. Oh, man. Literally unplayable. Why can't I make my own? There we go. I can make my own exit. Let's go ahead and destroy this section of wall. And I should be able to get out of here. I love that the entire atmosphere is all destructible, which is super fun. So you can, walk over here, destroy this building, and a piece of it falls down, which is awesome. Let's see if we can't pop this guy in the side. His right arm is damaged. Let's see if we can finish off that right arm. Or just, destroy him outright. It's like, this is a light mech. I mean, I don't really have to be all that, strategizing when you're fighting the lighter mechs. It's mostly just pummel them until they blow up. The medium mechs and higher, that's when you're going to want to start trying to aim for the same part, right? Because you're trying to sever that part from its mechany body. That's right, mechany is a word. Very satisfying. The other thing you can do is definitely hide behind buildings and whatnot. Put the buildings between you and the enemies. So, you know, make sure you're using cover as much as possible. Although, if you run through the cover, like our friend there, you're going to no longer have said cover. Let's see if we can pop this locust from far away. It's a quick little bastard. I think my guns are at a lower elevation than my head is, so I'm not able to kind of fire over the building. Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time if you come in here this close. Center torso is exposed. If we can do one more shot in the center torso, like that, he is destroyed. Tank is down. Helicopter up here somewhere. It looks like it is down. Yep. Very cool. There's a key here. If I press Z, you'll see that there's two separate icons. If I press Z, it kind of locks my arm with the turret, with the actual icon itself, with your aiming reticle. So I'm going to do that to make things a little bit easier for me. Urban mechs are beastly. Urban mechs will mess you up hardcore. An urban mech does have its own little AC cannon. It's actually got an AC-10, which is, you know, like we're doing right now. We're wrecking people with an AC-10, so it has the same thing. But the downside of an urban mech is that it's super, super slow. Freeman over here is not doing too hot. I'm gonna go try to run in here and take a little bit of damage. Yeah, he just lost his arm. I'm gonna try to get in the way and order him to get the hell inside the city, maybe. Now, you can lose your wingmen, so, I mean, this time around, I'm taking very little damage, but in other missions, I was the one who was, like, getting hardcore beat up. Alright, let's get our other folks over to the extraction point. Let's let them start moving now. And I'm gonna try to protect my Jenner here, since it's the one that's got so much damage to it. Oh, crap. I let it go first. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay, there we go. Any enemies behind us, by the way? I don't see any more markers. You guys keep heading the other way. Keep going farther in.
Moving as instructed.
So apparently we can still hang out here and try to kill more enemies, but I think I'd rather get my guys out and not be greedy. So there is a mech behind me, so I'm going to face behind and just back up for a bit as we're moving. Like a little rabbit. Yeah, it's going to have a rough time. If it never closes in on us, it can't do any damage. I think the Locust only has machine guns and... No, it's got medium and small lasers, so yeah, it doesn't have too much going on. All right. Let's go, folks. Move it or lose it, guys. I'm going to stay here and protect them as they fall back to the rally point. Because that's kind of what a Centurion or a medium... You know, your medium vehicle should be the one that's taking the brunt of your damage, getting the enemy's attention, and allowing your allies to kind of get GTFO. Why are you not going down? Go to the point. There we go.
Target acquired.
Let me shoot things. You should not be shooting things. Here, you know what? I'm going to press F1 and F4 to tell them to stop firing. There we go. Apparently this guy just wants to fight no matter what. Alright, you need to go now, or you're going to die. He actually might die. He literally might die because he came back up without, when I told him to go away. Oh my god, I just destroyed my own... I just destroyed my own vehicle. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I'm not super crazy about the AI decision making. I gave them both an order to run down here to this point. Now the one mech did, but the other guy decided that he was going to hang out with me even though he had no arm. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer, which means it's going to be a pretty hefty bill. It's not like your mech is completely destroyed. It's just going to cost a ton of money. And I don't think Freeman died. Here's the hoping. He probably just got really injured. He's going to be out for like a month or so, so we'll probably need to hire another pilot to take his place. Alright, mission complete. We only had, you know, just a small loss of one of our vehicles. I think it's going to be repairable, but it's going to hurt. So we are going to make 587,000 C-bills. We don't have a mech for salvage. So I'm going to sort by value, and I'll take an AC-5, LRM-10. We have, what, 6? Grab a couple of medium lasers. By the way, the little dot here represents the tier of the weapon. So this is a tier 1 weapon as opposed to the tier 0 AC-5. So those do tend to have a little bit more value to them. Honestly, I think I'm just going to grab all the top stuff here. There's nothing else that's really jumping out at me. So salvage worth 590,000, and our repair cost is huge. The Jenner got completely destroyed. So I don't even know how we managed to repair something that is like completely gone, but yeah, that's an owie. So let's go back over to our little screen here. Oop, I can't. I have to do it from here. Okay, fair enough. So the Jenner. Let's talk about pain. Oh my god. It is a broken hunk of slag at this point. Repairing the mech would cost... Now this is the weird part. There was a cost at the end of the mission. And then there's a cost right here that only says it's 122,000. So I'm guessing there was, there was some cost involved in bringing the mech back up to some kind of a salvageable state. And then there's additional cost to make it, put it back to where it used to be. Unfortunately, it also lost its armor. Sorry, its weaponry. So what we'll have to do eventually is... I don't know, can we do this now? Let's see, let's confirm this. Edit the loadout. Well, I think we can do it from here. So we can do repair all. Well, we actually can't even do that. We can remove the stuff that's been destroyed. And that's what I believe you have to do. Remove the old stuff. You can't replace it. Even if you have a replacement part, there's no way to just drag it on over here. You have to replace the bad part. Okay, and then max the armor. And then I think start work. That's 29 days to do all that. And so we'll put it back on our... Sorry, put back some jump jets here. We have only 2 to spare. Oh, no, sorry, we have a lot more. It's this is the size. This is how many we have. So let's go ahead and load this bad boy up with more jump jets. There we go. We'll give it some medium lasers because we do have a ton of medium lasers for spare. I don't have any missiles, so we're going to have to just accept what it's got there. And then cooling, we'll go ahead and give it a couple more cooling sinks. I know we're a little over armor, or overweight. There we go. And armor's okay. It's not nothing too fantastic, about halfway in a lot of areas. Actually, armor's not great at all. Let's do this. Let's reduce how many heat sinks are in here. Reduce the jump jet by 1 or 2. Then max the armor. Okay, that's much better. The armor values are much higher because our AI didn't exactly do the best when it came to making good decisions. So, there we go. Let's start work on that. Interesting. It said... Hang on a minute. Is it only 69? I could have sworn it was going to cost a lot more. All right, fair enough. So we're going to start the repair. I'm curious to see if that's going to fix it back to what it used to be. Like, completely repair it. Otherwise, we're going to repair everything else. You know what? Hang on. Before we do that, we are the Cobalt Company. And I actually thought I had a hex color, but I don't. So, what is a non-gaudy... what is a non-gaudy looking blue? I got to get that... it's very important that your enemies fear you, but yet also appreciate your color scheme. So let's see. Let's steal this hex code. Do a little bit of black here. Paste in that hex code. If I could even hit the right button. We can also mess with the style, which is kind of cool. So the fractal pattern looks kind of nice. You know what? I'm digging it. Black and blue and awesome all over. All right, that's our new paint scheme right there. Blue, black, blue with the fractal pattern. I'll put that on all of our mechs. And we're going to have an... Oh, yeah, beautiful. That represents the Cobalt Company exquisitely. So, let me set this to repair. 34,000 on you. Repair you. I'll paint these a little bit later on. The nice thing is that you're able to pretty much just wait. Whatever's going on, you're kind of able to wait it out and then immediately get everything fixed up. So, the Jenner is going to take 55 more days. And I think I'd rather just go on another mission with just 2 mechs. And rather than kind of wait for everything else. So, if we go back to our contract list... There was a break the line mission here with a lower difficulty. So this is just a demolition mission. I'm going to go ahead and request more negotiation points go into salvage. Actually, we have more negotiation points than we do things we can put it into. So more pay. And by the way, you get negotiation points with when you have a good relationship with a faction. So we're a little bit better than neutral with House Davian. So we get 1 extra negotiation point. So we'll accept this mission. I'm going to say no, we're not going to be bringing... along our pilot, our Jenner here, for that. So just Captain Wing and her Javelin and myself and the Centurion, and we'll be good to go. We started the game, we started the mission immediately under attack. That's awesome. Like that little cool screen I had showed my mech getting hit. What the hell? You are a tough little bugger. Okay, where'd that other enemy go? Tank right in front of me. We'll be able to kind of crush that, hopefully. There we go. Lovely. All right, so let's get on top of this hill. And see if we can't pick anything out. Oops, a little bit too early. You do have to be locked on here. You bugger. I don't know what you are, but you shot me and I don't appreciate it. I think that's outside of our missiles range. I think the max range of the AC 10... Oh, it says down there in the right. 450. By the way, I think it turns yellow. Yeah, so if you look in the bottom right, it's turning yellow when we're trying to shoot something that's too far away, which is really helpful to keep in mind if you're not really familiar with your weapon's ranges. That should help you keep a feel for what's, what's normal and what's not. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and do this one as well. Just like little gnats, they shouldn't really be too big of an issue. You can get a laser on the helicopters. They tend to go down really easy, but when they get above you like that, they are a bit of a pain in the butt. Let me back up a bit.
Target destroyed. Target
Lock on
acquired.
here. I think there's something poking me. I don't appreciate it. Oh, there's actual base turrets that are shooting me, so I need to move out of the way of those. Those can be kind of deadly, so we do want to be a little careful when engaging the base defenses. Normally, since they're stationary, you should be able to, like, peek out, take your shot, and move on. Especially AC cannons do a lot of damage against a turret or stationary, anything, vehicle, whatever.
Target destroyed.
Now, armor-wise, I think we're okay right now still. Everything's in yellow. What of my torso, my right shoulder, has a little bit of damage to it. So we're going to have to be a little cautious. If we need to, we can favor by kind of showing our left side to the target more often. Ooh, this has got a PPC on it. Holy crap. The blue laser you're seeing there. Oh, was that a turret? Man, that's a PPC turret. Okay, there we go. Please be dead. Are you dead? Holy crap. There it goes. The blue laser you saw get shot out there is a PPC cannon, which is a really painful cannon. It also tends to fry your sensors a little bit in most mech games. It kind of messes with your sensors' abilities. Let's go try to intercept this locust. It's a little, little gnat. Shouldn't be too bad. What the hell? Did our friend already destroy it? I think they might have, or it like turned around really quick and went back inside.
Target acquired.
Okay, pretty basic stuff. So at this point, I think it's just free-for-all. We're going to poke the base. I mean, this is like a kid in a candy shop. Just mess around with whatever you want and destroy everything. I do like the destruction physics, though. Very satisfying to walk in here and trash these things and have them all fall apart. There's our little friend, I think, that got away.
Commander, I'm showing major damage to the target facility. Stop them. They're going after our office structures.
Ugh, I don't want to play Chase the Jenner or chase the Gnat. They're so quick.
Target acquired.
Wing is taking a little bit of damage. I may have Wing kind of more inside of the base here and stay around if they can. The big thing that the light mechs will do is just basically try to get in behind you and start messing with your rear armor.
Critical.
You have a bit of a heat problem.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Sniped. Lovely. How are we doing? We're still good in armor. A little bit high in heat. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Let's keep pumping away here and destroying all the buildings in the facility. I think you can walk through some of them. Not all of them.
Heat critical.
Am I taking damage by walking through these? I don't think I am, actually. So it's easy, it's free damage just to walk through stuff. Fair enough. I'm just going to walk through the base and destroy everything else. As soon as our little friend here gets popped. I think if you overheat, you will have an automatic shutdown, so you do have to be a little cautious. And in fact, I'm getting up to the point where I'll probably have a problem here in a minute. I'm going to show my back. Kind of walk back inside. We'll let our friend Wing play with them.
Temperature of this place is down to 50%. We're halfway there.
Most satisfying wrecking ball ever. All right, let's go help out Wing. She has 2 mechs on her. So I'm going to have her move over here. I'm still bummed that we can't do melee stuff. And as far as I know, walking on the enemy doesn't really do much either. God, I think it takes a lot of damage. I think there's like 4 or 5 AC shots in a row on this Locust here. It's not having a good time. Heat's still good. My left arm is exposed, so we do have to be a little cautious. I'm actually going to try to turn inside this other mech. How did it go? Did it jump over me? Our friend is missing one of their arms, by the way, so we have to be a little cautious with that as well. Did I lose my arm? I did. Damn it. I lost my right arm, I think. So we're down to just lasers and LRMs for a moment. You have a flamer? No, you're literally just leaking. You're just on fire. Okay, cool. Do we have any more enemies? Damnation. What is peppering me here? Is it right behind me? That's what it is. There we go. Let's get back inside, finish this up. We're only at 9% left, so we're almost done with this mission. I'm going to stop and see if I can get some missile shots on this guy. Yeah, keeping him at range would be the better option. There he goes. That's him ejecting, or her ejecting, so they're out of here. 6% left. Let's just go ahead and destroy some walls, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, walls do count as destruction, so let's just do that. We need to get out of here sooner than later. We're not doing too hot at the moment. 4%. I wish my friend would help me, but apparently not. They are against destroying random buildings, apparently. Not how they like to operate. And we'll finish this off with this giant radar dish. There we go. Okay, where is our escape route? Because we are not in a happy place right now. There we go. Let's get out of here because we are not doing good. My other arm is exposed too, so we're already going to have to replace that AC cannon, which sucks. So let's not lose the laser arm as well. It's like medium lasers are easy to come by. I just don't want to have to wait for 1,000 years for the mech to get repaired, the Centurion. There is an urban mech over here. Oh crap, my wingmate is still in the city. I think they're gonna get screwed here. I don't really have a lot to help them out with, other than my missiles right now. They're going to try to walk right past all these enemies too, and I don't have my AC cannon to help. Ooh, urban mechs are no joke. Let's start running. Let's try to make the evac point and trigger the evacuation. Oh, she lost another component. I think she's down to no weapons at this point. Yep. Dip, dive, dodge, and duck, my friend. There we go. All right. Oof, a little closer than I like, but that's okay. I think this is a good point to put a cut in, friends. Thanks so much for joining me for this Let's Play episode of Mechwarriors 5. I hope you enjoy it, and I will continue the series coming up, so keep an eye out for regular Mechwarrior content. Glorious. We will not stop until we have a fleet full of atlases, an entire lance of nothing but glorious atlases. Ooh, PPC. PPC is not a bad thing to have early on. I'm quite happy to have that. Insufficient salvage points. All we can afford is PPC and an LRM. And that'll be that. So thanks so much, friends. As always, I appreciate you being here, and I will see you again soon. Till then, take care.